For the first time in its history, Jordan had reached the FIFA World Cup. Not by chance, but by earning its place among football's elite. That achievement was never just about football. It was proof of something Jordanians have understood for generations. Limitations do not have to define a nation's future. Geography usually determines a nation's destiny. Countries blessed with rivers, fertile land, and natural resources often flourish. Jordan has very few of those advantages. It ranks among the driest nations on Earth, possesses little oil, and sits in one of the world's most complex regions. Yet against the odds, it has built modern cities, preserved extraordinary history, educated generations of skilled professionals, and recently celebrated its first qualification for the FIFA World Cup. Behind that achievement lies the story of a country that refused to let geography define its future. Subscribe for more travel documentaries from the most remote corners of the planet, and drop a comment. Where are you watching from? Jordan is often imagined as an endless sea of sand, a place of camels, scorching heat, and barren horizons. But that picture tells only part of the story. This desert kingdom covers nearly 89,000 square kilometers, making it slightly smaller than Iceland. Despite being surrounded by powerful neighbors, Jordan has one priceless advantage: a 26-kilometer coastline on the Red Sea at Aqaba. Tiny on the map, it is the country's gateway to the world, connecting Jordan to global trade and keeping its economy linked to international shipping. Then comes the first surprise. Northern Jordan is green. The hills of Ajlon and Jerash are covered with oak forests, pine trees, vineyards, and olive groves. In winter, snow occasionally blankets the mountains, creating landscapes that look more like southern Europe than the Middle East. Few travelers expect forests in Jordan, making this one of the country's best-kept secrets. From these highlands, the land suddenly plunges into one of Earth's greatest natural wonders, the Dead Sea. Sitting about 430 meters below sea level, it is the lowest point on the planet's surface. Its water is nearly 10 times saltier than the ocean, making it almost impossible to sink. Visitors don't swim here, they float effortlessly. Yet this natural wonder is disappearing. Every year, the shoreline retreats as the sea shrinks due to reduced river flow, mineral extraction, and climate change. Eastward, the landscape transforms once again. Nearly 80% of Jordan is covered by the Badia, a vast desert and semi-desert where Bedouin communities have lived for centuries. Their traditions were built on movement, survival, and an intimate understanding of one of the harshest environments on Earth. Farther south lies Wadi Rum, a landscape so surreal it has doubled as Mars in films like The Martian and Dune. Towering sandstone mountains, narrow canyons, and endless red deserts create one of the most breathtaking landscapes on Earth. Local Bedouin guides still lead travelers across these ancient lands, blending centuries-old traditions with modern tourism. Then there is Petra, Jordan's greatest treasure. More than 2,000 years ago, the Nabateans carved an entire city directly into towering sandstone cliffs. Beyond the famous treasury lie monasteries, temples, streets, and an astonishing network of dams and water channels that allowed thousands of people to thrive in the middle of the desert. And that is Jordan's greatest challenge. Water. Jordan is one of the most water-scarce countries on earth. It has no mighty rivers, no vast lakes, and no oil wealth to rely on. Every drop is carefully managed, making water the country's most valuable resource. Yet despite its harsh geography, Jordan has endured for centuries. It has transformed deserts into communities, preserved civilizations carved in stone, and built a modern nation where many believed one could never flourish. In Jordan, survival isn't just history, it's a way of life. Jordan cities are living proof that history never really disappears. It simply makes room for the future. At the heart of it all is Amman, a capital unlike almost any other. This is not an ancient city frozen in time. It is a modern metropolis built directly on top of thousands of years of history. Roman columns rise beside busy roads. Ancient ruins overlook shopping districts. The 2,000-year-old amphitheater still hosts concerts in the middle of downtown, surrounded by traffic, cafes, and everyday life. Originally built across 7 hills, Amman has expanded to nearly 20, becoming home to around 4.5 million people, almost 40% of Jordan's population. It's a city where luxury cars share the streets with old yellow taxis, where skyscrapers stand beside centuries-old stone houses, and where tradition and modernity exist side by side. The city's oldest district, Al-Balad, is its beating heart. Narrow streets overflow with spice shops, bakeries, fresh markets, and tiny restaurants, serving some of Jordan's best falafel and shawarma. The air is filled with the scent of cardamom coffee, grilled meat, and fresh bread, while merchants continue traditions passed down through generations. Head west, and the atmosphere changes completely. Neighborhoods like Abdoun, Swifi, and Kalda showcase modern Jordan. Stylish malls, international restaurants, luxury hotels, and trendy cafes reflect a young, educated population connected to the world. English is widely spoken, global fashion thrives, and many Jordanians balance deep-rooted traditions with modern lifestyles. Far to the south lies Aqaba, Jordan's only coastal city. Though the country has just 26 kilometers of coastline, Aqaba is a vital gateway to global trade. Its crystal-clear waters hide colorful coral reefs that rank among the healthiest in the Red Sea, making it a paradise for divers. At the same time, massive cargo ships unload goods that supply much of the nation, perfectly capturing Jordan's blend of tourism and commerce. In northern Jordan sits Irbid, often called the country's university capital. Home to thousands of students, the city has a youthful energy, lively cafes, and vibrant discussions about politics, culture, and the future. Its location near Syria also means it has played a major role in hosting refugees, making Irbid a city shaped by both education and humanitarian resilience. Then there is Zarqa, Jordan's industrial powerhouse. Rarely featured in travel brochures, Zarqa tells a different story. Its factories, workshops, and working-class neighborhoods keep much of the country's economy running. It is also home to one of Jordan's oldest Palestinian refugee communities, where families displaced decades ago have built new lives across generations. Together, these cities reveal the real Jordan. Some preserve ancient civilizations, others drive business, education, and industry. Each has its own identity, yet all share the same spirit of resilience. In Jordan, Every city tells a different chapter of the nation's story, and together, they form one of the Middle East's most fascinating urban landscapes. To understand Jordan, you must first understand its people. They are the country's greatest resource, more valuable than oil, more enduring than monuments, and the reason this small kingdom has remained remarkably stable in one of the world's most turbulent regions. Jordan is home to around 5 million people, but its population is far more diverse than most imagine. Every community has its own story, and together they form the identity of modern Jordan. The country's original inhabitants are known as East Bank Jordanians, descendants of Bedouin tribes, farmers, and ancient settlements east of the Jordan River. Tribal traditions remain an important part of daily life, shaping family ties, community support, and even aspects of politics. In Jordan, a tribe is more than ancestry. It's a lifelong network built on loyalty, respect, and mutual responsibility. Another major part of Jordanian society is the Palestinian community. Following the Arab-Israeli wars of 1948 and 1967, hundreds of thousands of Palestinians sought refuge in Jordan. Unlike most neighboring countries, Jordan granted citizenship to many of them, allowing generations to become fully integrated into the nation. Today, Palestinians play a vital role in business, education, medicine, and entrepreneurship, making Jordan's economy one of the most dynamic in the region. Jordan is also home to smaller communities with extraordinary histories. The Circassians, who fled the Caucasus in the 19th century, helped establish modern Amman and continue to serve in important national institutions. Armenians, Chechens, and Druze have also preserved their unique cultures while becoming an essential part of Jordanian society. In recent decades, Jordan has once again become a place of refuge. Hundreds of thousands of people escaping conflict in Syria, Iraq, Yemen, and Somalia have found safety within its borders. For a country with limited natural resources, Jordan hosts one of the world's highest numbers of refugees relative to its population. A challenge that has tested its economy while highlighting its humanitarian commitment. So what keeps such a diverse society united? One answer is the Hashemite monarchy, which has long served as a symbol of stability and national unity. Another is Islam, practiced by the vast majority of Jordanians, providing shared values centered on compassion, generosity, and community. But perhaps nothing defines Jordanians more than hospitality. Guests are treated with extraordinary warmth. Refusing to offer coffee, tea, or a meal to a visitor is considered deeply impolite. Whether in a bustling city or a remote Bedouin camp, strangers are often welcomed like family, reflecting traditions that have endured for centuries. Above all, Jordanians value balance and moderation. Respect, patience, and practicality are deeply admired qualities, shaping everything from family life to national politics. It is this culture of resilience, tolerance, and quiet determination that has allowed Jordan to thrive despite wars, refugee crises, scarce resources, and regional uncertainty. In the end, Jordan's greatest strength is not found in its deserts, its ancient ruins, or its breathtaking landscapes. It is found in the people who have built a nation where many believed one could never flourish. Religion in Jordan is more than a personal belief. It is the heartbeat of everyday life. It shapes the rhythm of the day, strengthens family bonds, and has helped define the kingdom's identity for nearly 1,400 years. Islam arrived in the 7th century, spreading rapidly across the region. Yet Jordan's religious story did not begin there. Long before Islam, this land was home to thriving Christian and Jewish communities. Their legacy still stands today in remarkable places like Mount Nebo, where tradition says Moses viewed the Promised Land, the breathtaking Byzantine mosaics of Madaba, and the ancient churches scattered across the kingdom. Today, around 97% of Jordanians are Sunni Muslims, while a small but historic Christian minority continues to flourish. Christians have lived in Jordan since the earliest days of Christianity, and churches and mosques often stand within the same neighborhoods. This long tradition of coexistence has made Jordan one of the Middle East's most respected examples of religious harmony. Throughout the day, the adhan, or Islamic call to prayer, echoes from thousands of mosque minarets. 5 times daily, the familiar sound reminds millions to pause from work, study, or conversation for prayer. Even for visitors, it becomes part of Jordan's unique atmosphere, a soundtrack that connects the entire country. Perhaps nowhere is faith more visible than during Ramadan. From sunrise to sunset, Muslims fast without food or water. But once evening arrives, the nation comes alive. Families gather around generous iftar feasts, tables overflow with traditional dishes, and streets fill with laughter late into the night. Markets glow with colorful lights, cafes remain crowded until dawn, and desserts like katayef, nafe, and baklava become symbols of celebration. Ramadan is not only a month of fasting, it is a season of generosity, community, and togetherness. The celebrations continue with Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha, when homes welcome relatives, children receive gifts, and neighbors exchange meals and warm greetings. Hospitality, deeply rooted in both Arab culture and Islamic teachings, is considered a sacred duty. A guest is never expected to leave hungry, and sharing food is one of the highest expressions of respect. Jordan also holds a unique place in the religious world through the Hashemite monarchy. The royal family traces its lineage to the Prophet Muhammad, giving it deep historical and spiritual significance. Beyond Jordan's borders, the Hashemite kings serve as custodians of important Islamic and Christian holy sites in Jerusalem, including the revered Al-Aqsa Mosque and the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. This role has made Jordan an influential voice in protecting some of the world's most sacred places. Religion also plays a role in public life. Mosques are overseen by the government to promote moderation and discourage extremism, reflecting Jordan's long-standing commitment to stability and peaceful coexistence. Ultimately, faith in Jordan is not confined to places of worship. It is found in the kindness shown to strangers, the generosity offered at every meal, the respect shared between neighbors of different beliefs, and the traditions passed from one generation to the next. In Jordan, religion is not simply practiced, it is lived every single day. Jordanian cuisine is the product of thousands of years of trade, migration, and hospitality. Ancient caravans traveling the Silk Road, pilgrims heading to Mecca, merchants, empires, and travelers all passed through this land, leaving behind flavors that blended into one of the Middle East's richest culinary traditions. At the center of it all is mansaf, Jordan's national dish. Tender lamb is slow-cooked in jamid, a fermented dried yogurt unique to the region. Then served over fragrant rice and thin shrak bread, topped with toasted almonds and pine nuts. But mansaf is much more than food, It's a symbol of respect and unity. It appears at weddings, family celebrations, tribal gatherings, and even official events. Traditionally, everyone gathers around one large platter and eats together using only the right hand, turning every meal into a celebration of community. Deep in the deserts of Wadi Rum, another tradition comes to life: zarb. This Bedouin specialty is cooked underground by placing meat and vegetables into a metal rack buried beneath hot sand and glowing coals. After hours of slow cooking, the result is incredibly tender meat infused with a subtle smoky flavor. Once a practical desert cooking method, zarb has become one of Jordan's most unforgettable culinary experiences. Breakfast in Jordan belongs to falafel. Freshly fried chickpea patties are tucked into warm flatbread with tomatoes, parsley, pickles, and creamy tahini. Locals passionately debate which shop serves the best falafel, proving that this simple street food is almost a matter of national pride. No Jordanian table is complete without hummus. Freshly prepared every morning, it's topped with rich olive oil, paprika, and cumin before being scooped up with warm bread straight from the oven. Alongside it come colorful maize, small dishes meant for sharing, including smoky mutabal, tangy tabale, crisp fatosh, stuffed grape leaves, creamy labneh, kibbeh, and countless other family recipes. For dessert, nothing rivals nafe. Layers of crispy shredded pastry cover soft melted cheese before being soaked in sweet syrup and sprinkled with crushed pistachios. Served hot, it's so beloved that people travel across Amman just for a slice, while many visitors carefully carry boxes home to share with family. Jordan is also blessed with centuries-old olive groves, especially in the northern hills. Every autumn, families gather for the olive harvest, producing fragrant extra virgin olive oil that flavors nearly every meal. At breakfast, fresh bread dipped in olive oil and za'atar, a blend of wild thyme, sesame, sumac, and salt, is one of the country's simplest yet most cherished traditions. Then comes the tea. Strong black tea, often infused with mint or sage and generously sweetened, is offered almost everywhere. Refusing a cup is rare because tea is more than a drink, it is a gesture of welcome. Conversations begin with tea, friendships grow over tea, and strangers become guests after sharing tea. In Jordan, food is never just about eating. Every dish tells a story of family, history, generosity, and survival. Every meal is an invitation, every table is a place of connection, and every bite reveals why Jordan's greatest tradition isn't simply cooking, it's making everyone feel at home. By almost every measure, Jordan shouldn't have one of the Middle East's most stable economies. It has no oil. Unlike many of its wealthy Gulf neighbors, Jordan cannot rely on vast petroleum reserves or massive energy exports. Instead, this small kingdom has built its economy through determination, education, and one resource that cannot be drilled from the ground: its people. The challenges are enormous. Jordan faces high unemployment, especially among young people, limited natural resources, rising public debt, and one of the world's most severe water shortages. Yet despite these obstacles, the country continues to function. Schools stay open, businesses operate, hospitals serve millions, roads connect cities across the desert. Somehow, Jordan keeps moving forward. One reason lies beneath its soil. Jordan is among the world's leading producers of phosphate, a key ingredient in fertilizer used to grow food across the globe. Alongside phosphate, the Dead Sea provides valuable potash, another major export that supports agriculture worldwide. These minerals may not generate the wealth of oil, but they remain essential pillars of the Jordanian economy. Tourism is another powerful engine. Millions visit world-famous destinations like Petra, Wadi Rum, the Dead Sea, and Jerash, supporting hotels, restaurants, transportation, and thousands of local jobs. Every visitor contributes to an industry that has become one of Jordan's largest sources of income. Jordan has also earned an impressive reputation in healthcare. Patients from across the Middle East travel to the kingdom for advanced medical treatment, particularly at internationally recognized institutions like the King Hussein Cancer Center. Medical tourism has quietly become one of Jordan's fastest-growing industries. Meanwhile, the capital, Amman, is emerging as a regional technology hub. Young entrepreneurs are launching startups in financial technology, e-commerce, healthcare, and software development. Although smaller than Dubai's booming tech scene, Jordan's startup ecosystem continues to grow thanks to a highly educated workforce and increasing international investment. Education may be Jordan's greatest economic advantage. The country consistently produces skilled engineers, doctors, scientists, and technology professionals, many of whom build successful careers both at home and abroad. Jordanians working in the Gulf, Europe, and North America send billions of dollars back to their families each year, making overseas remittances a vital source of national income. Jordan also benefits from strong international partnerships. Long-standing support from the United States, along with financial assistance and investment from Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and Kuwait, has helped strengthen the country's economy during difficult periods. At the same time, Jordan's political stability has made it an attractive destination for international businesses operating in a volatile region. Still, challenges remain. Youth unemployment continues to be one of the country's biggest concerns, while limited resources place constant pressure on economic growth. Creating enough opportunities for a young and rapidly growing population will shape Jordan's future for decades to come. In the end, Jordan's economy is remarkable, not because it is wealthy, but because it succeeds where many would expect it to fail. Without oil, without abundant water, and without vast natural riches, the kingdom has built its future on resilience, education, innovation, and the determination of its people. In Jordan, the greatest investment has never been buried underground. It has always been human potential. Few countries balance tradition and modernity as seamlessly as Jordan, where the centuries-old culture of the Bedouin continues to thrive alongside bustling cities filled with a new generation of Jordanians. The Bedouin roamed Jordan's deserts long before the country's borders even existed. Masters of survival, they crossed vast landscapes with camels, navigated by the stars, and built a culture centered on honor, loyalty, courage, and extraordinary hospitality. Welcoming a stranger with coffee, food, and shelter wasn't just kindness, it was a sacred tradition. When modern Jordan was founded, Bedouin tribes became one of the strongest pillars of the kingdom. Many served in the legendary Arab Legion, helping protect the young nation and forming the backbone of today's armed forces. Their traditions, tribal councils, and strong family networks continue to influence Jordanian society even in the 21st century. But Jordan is changing. Today, nearly all Jordanians live in towns and cities like Amman, Zarqa, and Irbid. The Bedouin lifestyle has evolved alongside the modern world. Black goat hair tents still stand in parts of the desert, but many now have solar panels and satellite dishes. Camels still roam the sands, yet pickup trucks often travel the same routes. Tribal elders still settle disputes through centuries-old customs, while younger generations attend universities, launch businesses, and work in technology. Rather than disappearing, Bedouin traditions have adapted. Many families who moved from the desert brought their customs with them. In the cities, neighborhoods often remain connected through tribal and extended family ties. A software engineer might spend the day in a modern office using the latest technology, then return home to a family gathering where traditional Bedouin hospitality and customs remain as important as ever. This blend of old and new is one of Jordan's greatest strengths. Visitors often see the Bedouin as symbols of Jordan's past, especially in places like Wadi Rum, where guides welcome travelers into desert camps with tea brewed over an open fire. But these communities are not museum exhibits. They are living cultures, balancing ancient traditions with modern opportunities while preserving values that have endured for centuries. In Jordan, the desert and the city are not opposites, they are partners. One represents the country's roots, the other its future. Together, they create a nation where skyscrapers rise within sight of ancient caravan routes. Smartphones share space with tribal customs, and timeless traditions continue to shape modern life. That unique balance is one of the reasons Jordan remains unlike anywhere else in the world. As the sun sinks behind Amman's rolling hills, the city transforms. The Adhan, the Islamic call to prayer, echoes from hundreds of mosque minarets, filling the evening air. For some, it's time to pray. For others, it's simply a familiar sound woven into daily life. Either way, the city never truly stops. It simply changes rhythm, begins to fade, and Amman comes alive. Along rainbow street cafes buzz with conversations in Arabic and English as young Jordanians gather over coffee and dessert. Art galleries welcome visitors, musicians perform, and families stroll through the cool evening air. Across the city, restaurants overflow with friends sharing mezz, grilled meats, fresh bread, and endless cups of tea, while conversations continue late into the night. In modern neighborhoods, professionals finish another workday, while university students prepare for tomorrow's exams. Many dream of becoming engineers, doctors, entrepreneurs, or scientists, determined to help shape Jordan's future despite the country's many challenges. Far beyond the city lights, a very different evening unfolds. In Wadi Rum, Bedouin guides gather visitors around a fire beneath one of the clearest night skies on earth. Stories are shared, traditional tea is poured, and countless stars stretch across the desert, creating an unforgettable experience that has inspired travelers for generations. Elsewhere, farmers in the Jordan Valley carefully irrigate their fields, making every drop of precious water count in one of the driest countries on earth. Refugee families continue rebuilding their lives, while millions of Jordanians prepare for another day with quiet determination. And somewhere, a young football fan still remembers the moment Jordan stepped onto the world's biggest stage at its first FIFA World Cup. For the first time, the nation's flag flew alongside football's greatest powers, proving that even a small kingdom could dream on the world's largest stage. That achievement became more than a sporting milestone. it became hope. Because Jordan has always been a country that succeeds against the odds. It has no oil wealth, limited water, and lives in one of the world's most complex regions. Yet it continues to educate its people, welcome those seeking refuge, preserve its ancient heritage, and build for the future. As night settles over the kingdom, life doesn't slow, it simply prepares for tomorrow. The cafes remain open, the tea keeps flowing, the desert stays silent beneath the stars, and when morning comes, Jordan will do what it has done for generations: welcome its guests, face its challenges with resilience, and continue writing one of the Middle East's most remarkable stories, where dreams becomes history. Jordan is more than a country of deserts and ancient wonders. It is a nation built on resilience, hospitality, and hope. From the rose-red city of Petra to the endless sands of Wadi Rum, from the crowded streets of Amman to the cheers that echoed across the world during its first FIFA World Cup, Jordan has shown that greatness isn't measured by size or wealth. It is measured by the determination of its people. A kingdom with little oil, little water, and countless challenges continues to stand with quiet strength. And perhaps that's Jordan's greatest lesson. No matter how difficult the journey, those who refuse to give up will always find their place on the world's biggest stage. Jordan didn't simply qualify for the FIFA World Cup.